will soon be a dozen new laws after this year's work session at the state capitol. Just last night, Governor Cooper signed 12 bills and allowed one to become law without a signature, and then he vetoed another. We're going to dig into some of those bills that made it out of session and the others that did not. The Senate and the House have not been able to agree on changes to the two-year budget enacted last fall, and that is why two of the bills the governor signed yesterday are in fact budget related. One of them boosts teacher pay all across our state. There will be an average 3% base salary increase for public school teachers this fall. Teachers were promised this raise as part of last year's budget negotiations. This now solidifies that promise. Governor Cooper said in a statement they should be paying teachers more. He said the state has the resources to bring North Carolina up from being 38th in teacher pay nationwide. Well, the second of the budget-focused bills impacts child care in our state. Senate Bill 357 provides grants to help keep child care centers open, at least for the next 6 months. The nearly $68 million will replace expired federal child care center grants, but that is really only a fraction of what the federal grants provided those facilities. Governor Cooper says that the legislature should be doing more for child care. He included extending the grants through 2025, investing in pre-K, and investing in quality early childhood education as ways to do more. Well, gas station heroin, as it's called, will soon be considered a controlled substance. Governor Cooper signed a bill banning the substance called tianeptine. The drug mimics heroin and is currently being sold at smoke shops and gas stations. According to the National Institutes of Health, tianeptine is considered an antidepressant, but it is not approved by the FDA. Scientists say tolerance to it occurs rapidly. Users might take 100 times the recommended dosage. Back in May, we spoke to a mom whose son got addicted to it and pushed lawmakers to ban this drug.
You get very aggressive, very hostile to your family. The withdrawals are awful, very bad muscle, bone, just aches.
We also spoke to lawmakers who took up the bill about their decision to fight for the drug to be banned.
I started looking into it, and as it turned out, it was more prevalent than I thought. We had law enforcement come in and tell us that they were seeing this stuff all over the place, but there was nothing they could do because it was not illegal.
Tianeptine will be considered a controlled substance as of December the 1st. After that, law enforcement will then treat it like actual heroin. A way of ordering alcohol during the pandemic? Well, it's back. Governor Cooper signed off on a bill that will allow cocktails to be available for delivery and to-go orders. Adults who are 21 years and older must show their ID, and the container must be sealed. We spoke to a restaurant in downtown Greensboro, a restaurant owner or worker, over the weekend about the bill. They say they didn't expect much change since their customers utilize the social district.
I think it's fine to do it. I don't have a problem with it. I already sell to-go drinks, for the downtown district here, and works out fine. I don't do much of those. They like the fancy cocktails and the fancy glasses here, but I'm all for making things easier on the sale of alcohol wise.
One bill that passed but did not need the governor's signature was House Bill 909. Now that is the bill that takes about 1,000 acres of land from the town of Summerfield. This bill brought an end to a years-long battle. This is what Summerfield Town Council member John Doggett had to say after the bill passed 2 weeks ago.
I think it's a sad day for Summerfield that we couldn't negotiate with David Couch and that the General Assembly had to get involved and de-annex the land. What I can say is that as Summerfield Town Council that we need to figure out how we're going to move forward from this and get beyond this.
The de-annexation means the land now belongs to Guilford County. Developer David Couch will use the land to develop more houses and apartments. Couch will have to submit a proposal to the county before he can move forward with any construction. All right, another bill that passed and signed this session will bring digital driver's licenses to our state. House Bill 199 gives folks in North Carolina the option of having that digital driver's license as of next July. The DMV commissioner supports the bill, saying it's more secure than a physical card. Next May, another change coming for your ID. In less than a year, you'll need a real ID to board a domestic flight. To know if your North Carolina ID is in fact a real ID already, check to see if there's a star in the corner.
It's completely optional. There's no extra cost. You might want to obtain one if you don't already have one. Might want to obtain one if you plan to fly commercially or if you visit federal or military or nuclear facilities. So far, 45% of North Carolina credential holders already have the Real ID, and we've issued over 4.5 million since May of 2017. We project really about half of North Carolina needs the Real ID, so we're getting close to that point already.
If you do not have a Real ID by May 2025, and there's that star in that right-hand corner that I was talking about, you're going to need to provide another form of identification, like a passport, to travel, even domestically. Well, Governor Cooper did veto a bill last night that focused on evictions. The bill, which received unanimous legislative approval, partly addressed how court-filed documents are formatted. Cooper said it created legal ambiguity about eviction orders and could harm low-income folks in our state. In total, Cooper vetoed 5 of the almost 30 bills that made it to his desk this session. If you missed any of this, you can find all the information on these new laws on our website, WFNYnews2.com. You can also get your news alerts sent to your phone by downloading the WFNY News 2 app.